fresh eyes. I cannot let the history, the hurt and the pain that I felt from what happened before influence how I see them now. And I have to be very mindful when I am being triggered by it. And I'm like, oh, you always been this way. Or like, you know, you asshole, you hurt me this way before and all that other stuff. It took me into my head and it hit my pain body. It hit my pain again because I felt that old pain trigger. And I was like, God dang it, I thought I healed that shit. But no, it came back. Because something he's doing currently that's triggering that up again on me. And thank God she pointed out, it's like, no, you just buried it. And I was like, damn it. She's like, you need to release it out, not bury it, because you buried it, it become a ghost. And
well,
it still
you
comes
said
back
the ghost part.
But the ghost part, yeah, it came back home. So I have to grieve what I thought I know about him. Yeah. You know, and coming at it kind of like, be more open-minded, open up that space, like, okay, who you are now, what is your new understanding of yourself now, and what is it now? But yeah, the love, I also questioned too. I'm like, yeah, because I felt like I wasn't attached to his pain as I did before, because I felt like we were drawn together by our pain, right? It was complementary. And then I felt like, oh, I no longer feel that attached to his pain. Does that mean, quote unquote, I am free now emotionally, right? But it was like, yeah, no, I didn't fall in love with the external part of him or his antics or whatever, but it was the soul that I loved. And that is unchanged. And the beautiful part is each time I get to see him, it's like, are you moving closer to your soul? Are you moving closer to who you meant to be? Because that, when I get to see that, that truly is very beautiful for me to see. And seeing that they grow and transform in that way of like the version that I always see, or that I see in my heart of them, it's gorgeous. But I'm not going to force them and say, you could be better. Your soul is so beautiful. Why the hell are you so ugly on the outside? You know, like, you know, but someday it feels that way. It's like, like you really want to shake them. You know, if only you can see yourself how I see you. You know?
I think that's the thing.
Yeah, it's so frustrating in that way. But you can't. It's their own journey. And so I take a step back, and part of the beauty is that watching that unfold for them.
I don't even see it. I think we also have to like be okay with not
with it.
knowing or not seeing it happen in front of you. Because I think yeah, I wanted to be part of that journey. I wanted to be with them so that they can grow and change and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I also need to realize and accept that like no, I don't have to be there. They can figure things out themselves. You know, because me, like, wishing I was there is a little selfish. Right?
Well, it's because we want to be somehow a part of their life.
Exactly, selfish.
Yeah. No, it's not selfish for me.
Okay, if you, like, it depends on the intention, right? It's like, I want to be in this relationship because I want to see you. I want to be the reason why you're growing.
Yeah, I think deep down that's the main reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why, like, I had to be okay with letting that go and letting him figure things out for himself, because that's what really matters. When he can, you know, have that own, like, his own revelations, his own, like, when he learns it on his own and he believes in himself and have the own, like, his own courage to do things he never wanted to do before, you know, that's what really matters. And that's where he's going to be able to stand strong for himself.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be, like, the reason why he's strong, because then if I'm gone, he's freaking weak as heck. Like,
well, right, and it's also because, I mean, part of me too, I do want to be there to watch the transformation day by day. Or like, before, I felt like I wanted to be supportive and aid in it, right? Yeah. It would really be nice. And it took me quite a while to find that thing and unhook it myself, because I was like, what is going on? But also, yeah, the guy need to come to their own realization and their own growth and their own journey.
Yeah.
Because then they own it.
Yeah.
They can't be like, in bad times, they'll be like, no, I need you because you were the one who helped me grow. Without you, I'm nobody. I'm nothing. You were the one who helped me. Similar to what was trying to get me to be for him. And I'm like, no, I don't do that shit. I keep telling him, I'm like, that's codependent. I don't want to be codependent. And with you say, well, to be in a relationship, you sort of have to be codependent, or you have to depend on the other person and ask for help, and you guys both help each other, and you know, whatever you weak at, the other person gets strong at. And I'm like, you depart my
traditional belief.
But yeah,
it sounds very nice.
It sounds very nice. Like, you know, I got issues, you got issues, give me your issues, and I give you mine issues. That was a song.
And let's
yeah, there was a line of the song. Issues, you get yours too.
Oh gosh.
You give me all. Can you like not sing with me? That doesn't help.
Okay.
You give yours all to me, and I give mine to you.
All to you, yeah. Every time I hear that chorus, I'm like, I would totally use that shit. I'm like, this is codependent people. This is codependent. There's a romance.
Who the heck sings that?
You don't remember? I remember you heard that song. You're like, oh, I hate this.
Yeah, that's why I put it away.
I think it's probably Haley's song.
I don't know. It's a guy song.
No, it's a girl.
It's a duet. I think it was a duet.
No, it's just a female.
Oh yeah, maybe. It's a very deep voice female.
Just look up issues.
Okay, alright.
I don't know. I think
I told you I hate it.
Yeah, you said it in the car. Like, oh, I hate this. It's such a bad relationship.
I know.
I don't care. It's so catchy.
The tune is catchy, but just don't read too much into it. But yeah, it's like that kind of thing. So I do want the guy to like be strong, learn on their own, and then you're coming back and you're like, where are you at? How is your, you know, growth right now? Well, you don't ask him directly, but just from your interaction, see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But my human side, of course, like I want to be close because not like, oh, I want to take credit for this, but more because feel nice being around.
Yeah.
It's comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was something I had to grieve too, that I'm like, I have to comfort myself now. Damn.
Yeah. I know, like, he was sad, like, if we weren't connected or talking to each other, we're gonna be strangers again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Strangers and stuff, and I'm like, well, if you kind of think about it, every day is like we are strangers to each other, and I think we need to, we should allow that to happen.
It's like get to know each other again. That way you
like
don't
every
miss
day.
out.
Yeah.
You don't miss out on seeing that, oh, how the other person changed. So you you catch on. Like that's why most of my old relationship, you reset. Why most of my relationship, like how, you know, still have an image of me of like back when in my 20s, because that was when we were together and that was when I still love him. And now with the real me, he's like, you're into Star Wars now? Wait, you stopped liking what? Wait, you're into this now? Wait, you watch football now? Like what? I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The point is like, oh, this is who you are now. Like you've come to this point where you've accepted this, embraced this, left that, whatever, you know, like you still have to accept them as that. And you know, everybody's still on their journey. You can't expect them to always be the same.
There was also a quote too. It's like, human beings, one of the flaws that we think that we are actually work in progress, but thinking that we are already done.
Yeah.
And we see that with the other person as well, and that's the biggest flaw. It's like, wait, what? When did you change on me? You know, whenever you hear that, what happened? When did you change on me? You were never this way before. You used to say you love me. Why you don't feel the same now?
It's pretty tricky because the soul is always the same. It's always consistent. It's the human side if it can embrace that part.
It's the external expression of yourself that's the tricky part, because you don't always express your truth. If you express your truth, you already know your soul, and that thing is very unchanged. But it's the human side that's constantly like, wait, oh, I have to put on this mask because society says, oh, I have to boy at work, I have to do this, I have to do that, I can't speak, I can't be honest here. I get at the end you're like, wait, where am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
Yep. So that is just our journey. You get and understand where you are at. What are you comfortable with? What beliefs rings most true to you, and start from there and grow from there. You don't need to suddenly adopt onto us. It takes us a long time, a lot of heartbreak and shit like this to get all this mess out. You got your own stuff you got to clear out. So see where you are in your thing. Start with where you are. Don't jump and adopt ours or anybody else that you're reading that sound good, sort of good, whatever. No. Keep going back to yourself. What's my current belief right now? What is true to me?
What's the actual truth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is this still true to me? Do I still like this or I don't like this? You know? And also, very important, what you think about yourself. Like, oh, I'm a bad partner. Oh, I'm a bad person.
That's a belief, right?
That is a belief.
When you take a step back and you hear it, just by itself, it's like, is that true? Am I a bad partner? And then you caught yourself. You're like, well, you caught like, I'm not a bad person, but then you felt like you were a bad partner. So it's like, where did that belief come from? Why did you believe that way?
Mm-hmm. And more
mm-hmm.
so, why do you think that is the reason that causes your relationship not work out? Mm-hmm. Really? Is that really the reason?
Yeah. But me personally, I feel like relationships at the very beginning already, when you guys meet, it's either you guys gonna mingle or you guys gonna work or you're not. Like, you may work at a certain level too. Like, I was talking to Jecha, like, our relationships is a spectrum. It's a spectrum. And it shouldn't be like, you're gonna be my one and only, and then y'all's over there, you're just friends and family or whatever. Like, you know, you're at this increment, like, no. Like, we all, like, our relationships is like a gradation. There's gonna be, you know, people probably closer to you that you can hang out with. You like how they feel, you like their vibration, you guys are working and vibrating together. And then there's other people you vibrate less, so you probably spend less time with them, which is okay. So, you know, it's, you know, back and forth. But, you know, in the end, I do believe that we can get along with anyone. It's just whether or not do we want to spend that much time getting along with them.
Yeah, I think that the difficulty in a lot of relationship is trying to make it work when it truly didn't really work in the beginning.
Yeah.
You're just trying to... It's like jamming a puzzle piece into this nug, and it's like, it's not the right piece. Quit it. It's not the right piece. So it'll fit somewhat, but it always pop up. It's not a nice, perfect fit. And granted, not everybody is a nice, perfect fit, but some of them fits a lot closer than others. You know? So the real pain would be like, it never quite fit in the beginning, meaning AKA he wasn't that into you or you weren't that into him, and you convince yourself that it will work. And you work it, and you make it work, and you do, you know, work hard at it.
Then you making start grinding it.
Yes. Trying to think, you know, this will work if I just twist here a little bit more, if I compromise myself here, if I, you know, suppress my needs and wants, if I just forget about this part, if I'm okay with this, then everything would be okay. It never fit to begin with. There's too many compromises need to be made. And most likely, it's you who's making compromise. Are you happy? Who did you turn yourself into? Mm-hmm. How is it that you're accepting from what it is that you truly, really want?
And guess what? Guess who fits you well the most?
Like yourself?
Yeah. You're already in here. You already fit, dude. Work with what already works. Mm-hmm. What already fits. Because it's a perfect fit. You just have to see it for yourself.
Yeah.
It's like right now, your puzzle piece, it's like very like fuzzy edges. You don't have a defined edge anywhere because you don't know yourself. You don't know which part is that you really like, which part you really like, you know, your preference. Or you do know, but it's fuzzy. It's fuzzy. You haven't defined it. You haven't chiseled it out. You haven't owned your curves and your edges.
Nah, it's already there. I already see the edges. It's already
there. That's why I'm saying hers is fuzzy.
It's not fuzzy.
Her vision is fuzzy. Put your damn glasses on. Put your damn glasses on.
No, it's not fuzzy. It's not fuzzy. It already has its nice shapes and edges. The problem is that you are looking outward to see where you fit. You're trying to like look for other puzzle pieces to see those edges for yourself, I guess.
Yeah. You kind of look at all the, like, it's like you look at all the other person and they kind of curve this way. You're like, okay, yeah, I guess I can ground myself up to meet up with you.
Maybe if I move over here.
Exactly, right? Instead of being like, I already come like this, do you have what fits, right? But instead you're like, oh, you're this? Okay, I'm going to try to turn myself until it fits you. Is that the real you, though? What?
I don't know, I don't like puzzles.
Right?
But no, I love puzzles. But it makes me think too